the maize was found there, years ago.
In Egypt, and
yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah, but because maize came from here, and people don't understand is that when we had the Camel's Eye Treaty, it was proven that Egyptians were coming over here, from Egypt, crossing the water, following the coastlines.
We're all here.
That we were trading with them because, like what you call an effigy, can be compared to some of the findings in the Egyptian pyramids from years ago.
Oh.
Years ago.
Oh wow.
Because the artwork and the design was very similar.
Yeah.
The symbolism was very similar because the Egyptians talked a lot about the sky world. Going back up. Going back up into the sky.
Yeah.
The same with our people.
The stars, the moon, the sun. Yeah.
And a lot of the symbols that you find in Egypt today are very much similar to what you find among our peoples, even particularly the Aztecs, the Incas. If you look at the cultures in a real sense of spirituality, they're both the same.
And one thing that you told me months ago that was very eye-opening is the great shipbuilders of Egypt and the Egyptian pharaohs didn't build empires, and neither did Tuscarorans.
Right.
They believed in a world that worked together.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was eye-opening.
Yes. So we'll get more into that,
Yeah.
Because I want to get some documentation that I have at home.
Oh yeah.
And I should bring it up here and let you study.
I'd love to do that. Yeah. Here she comes. Hello.
Hello.
This is my neighbor Sam Salim from the first cul-de-sac.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Plumley.
Hello.
As a boy, was all in these woods. He lives on the country lane side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have Timothy Tuscarora Jacob,
Hello.
Robert Chavis,
Chief.
Chief of the Wolf Clan of Tuscarora, and Billy Oxendine.
Nice to meet you.
Oxendine or Oxendine?
Oxendine.
Okay.
I said I saw retaining walls, I saw pumps, I saw dams, I saw retaining ponds fail in Hurricane Katrina and Rita.
Absolutely.
I said even if this wasn't a Native American site or a Tuscarora site, I said I'm concerned for the people of Clayton because I voted. We just had Matthew and Floyd and all these other hurricanes we've had here, and I said it can happen again. And the plane was supposed to have a
It's not a biscuit.
Oh, what is it?
It's a rock.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should, because that's what you have between your ears.
It like different other businesses, whatever, it's something kind of one. And I really like news because I like hearing it presents local news as opposed to hearing, you turn on NPR news and they're talking about Japan and African.
What's that? Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Oh my god!
Just found that one, I swear to God.
Hey, bring it up here. Wow.
You found one already? Wow, that's pretty fast.
I'm telling you, David, you haven't explored.
I've been living here 24 years.
Well, you never get in your creek. How many times have I said get in your creek?
I used to fish the creek.
Can you go down there?
Let me see if I can get down here.
That's obviously unmodified.
Yeah. Hang on, let me zoom in on it.
I need a look at that.
Wow.
That spearhead, that's one of them.
So I brought two things that I found in my creek over the last 60
I
days or
needed a
so.
stick so I could get down in there.
Step down and be ready.
But see, here's the thing. This is a
He said that's
this creek used to be just a basic creek.
Yeah.
And it was not a blue line stream.
This is your collection.
When yeah. Holy moly, yeah, it's shift, but I'm telling you, every time I go, I find not always an arrowhead, but an odd-shaped stone with symmetry, and I'm like, I used to throw this stuff away, but
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna look into it more, but
Yeah,
that's definitely.
That's nice there. That's really
that would be used
Excuse my
for
cigar, but.
that would be used for hunting or either for battle or what have you.
So Timothy, meet. I'm sorry, your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. She's with Spectrum News, and she's heard all about you guys,
Yeah.
mostly through David. Well, I haven't talked to her before.
I didn't mean to break away from.
No. I just saw you out here. I'm like, well, he's hitting this.
He's
He's got those nice boots, but he's in there. I got to find out what he's looking at. So yeah.
Jeez.
But here's the thing. There are. Oh, I was telling you. So Diener came out here back in 2007,
Let Bill look at it.
and
ain't that something?
they said, and they picked up a rock and they said, oh, it's got haggis fly larvae, it's got crayfish, it's got. Say, reclassified it as a blue limestream.
Yeah.
And ever since then, the buffers have been a little wider
Okay.
because of that.
Look some more then.
And developers, so David's at the end of this cul-de-sac ridge, and I'm at the front end.
Okay.
And at the top, we'll show you there's
Yeah.
2 saddle trees,
Okay.
which we've learned from these guys. They're very meaningful and strategic,
Yes.
and they're both at the biggest bends in the creek.
The
So
saddle trees are markers of territory.
See, that's a good area to look for.
Oh, yeah.
This is in the bends.
I'm gonna send this picture to.
Okay.
See, the Tuscarora at one time would have died.
Yeah, the bends.
Yeah.
And after rains.
Yeah, because that way they had.
all the way to the mountains. And the Cherokees were always just a little dot here. The Cherokees are not supposed to be the big dog.
Well, that's what I've been telling him. Just walk out.
Alabama, Georgia,
Remember I said that?
they had like 5.
Do you remember when I said that? Oh, I'm gonna have to edit that. Bugging you?
Yeah, she's broken.
That's a bug.
It's a wire.
It's a wire. You're wired now.
Where can we put it now?
Okay. Well, who asked you?
There you go. All set.
All right. Look at you, all official.
How did you get over there? No,
So
Drop
this
that
is
in your pocket.
this is Chief.
Okay.
And does Timothy have a title other than UN
he
representative?
is like a runner, or what we call runners, that sends messages. Like if we send a message from one village to another village, or nation to nation, to the 5 nations or the 6 nations.
I'm known as a hellraiser.
Yeah.
I picked up on that.
I say what other people won't
So
say.
he's going to be in 1883, the sequel.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so if you're familiar
Yeah.
with it.
If you Google me, I mean, I've been on a lot of the world news.
Like
and
Sam calls me the
You made a
diplomat.
name for yourself.
The diplomat.
I call
I've been
him
involved
the
with media
diplomat.
since I was 12 years old.
This is the activist.
I call him the diplomat and him the rebel.
Yeah.
You look up badass in the dictionary and it's his picture.
Yeah.
Here's your, yeah.
What is it, a holly leaf?
Is it leaf? It's the leaf.
It's a leaf. Put it down. I had to take my boots and socks off. Gonna walk it barefoot. What, you found something else?
Oh, another one. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Because he's digging. See, you don't dig.
No, I just
We're gonna walk.
take it out. Take it out.
Man, you need to have your boots on, bro.
No, I don't want to get them wet.
We're gonna walk in the woods now.
Okay. Let me go put them back on.
Can't be scared to get your hands dirty.
Here, let me see.
Or your feet.
Hold it up, will you?
Water is our friend. Water is life.
He said, I'm gonna
Hold it up.
I want you to hold up so you can get it.
All
Yeah.
right. Tell me what you're looking for.
You're looking for arrowheads or any artifacts.
You kidding me? Wow.
See, you got to get in the bins.
I know the bins.
So stuff gets trapped.
We're here on this land.
Stuff
Again, you
gets
have to
trapped.
remember Tuscarora
Good pick. Here, give it to Billy.
dominated
Here, give it to Billy.
Where Davis is standing.
at one time.
Where Davis is standing.
That could even be a tool.
Here. Oh,
Where
wow.
Davis
Now,
is
that's
standing.
something
I found that one
that's
out.
trying to be formed right there. You see that? That's flint rock.
That's what?
Flint rock. It was used to probably make arrowheads.
They use that for comparison.
Yeah, can you,
Right now, it's not like you're in here with 6 or tools
See,
or a whole
no,
crew,
no.
and this stuff is just sitting right on the surface.
The
Yep.
stones are the
How many
same.
artifacts did you say are potentially in this area?
Oh,
I'm telling you, I walk this almost every day with my dog,
it's probably
and there's
thousands
always
of
something interesting to look at.
artifacts. We had large areas.
We've been here how
Our
many minutes?
villages
Huh?
encompassed large areas.
We've been here how many minutes?
I know.
And far back to the 114 acres
Same.
that the developer was talking about.
There's a place
That whole area is one of the highest
That is
land
where you won't get your
in
feet
Clayton,
wet.
North Carolina.
Okay, well, I usually wear my,
Even
I could go get my other
anybody's
boots,
military
but
history, you always want to control the high ground. And so that's what our people
I
do.
got till
Not
12
only
o'clock.
will we buy a
I got
water
there at
source
2:10.
always,
yeah, you gotta leave at, you gotta go to Durham at, be there by 2.
Duke Medical. Yeah, Duke Medical.
we actually extended from the North Carolina coast, north, south, and all the way to the mountains. There were other tribes like Ceremonial and Heron dotted into the landscape, but we were always the dominant force and the more populated force. We even had a trade route one time from Maine to Florida. That's documented in history. And that trade route, even in North Carolina, it didn't matter what race, creed, or color you were. If you didn't know Tuscarora language at one time, you didn't do trade. It didn't matter if you were French, Portuguese, or native, or what have you. Sometimes when the Europeans were speaking to another tribal community member, they thought they were talking to a Tuscarora because Tuscarora was a trade language in the southeast at one time.
And what led to the demise and the loss of some of these languages?
What happened is we did not allow, North Carolina was not documented or mapped for a long time. We didn't allow that to happen. And what happened again was because we were, it's kind of like the movie Rocky. When you're on top, everybody's gunning for you. So we were on top like Rocky was in the Rocky movies. And so actually the Europeans got natives from the Yamasee tribe and other tribes to come and go against us to try to break the Tuscarora so-called power, which we never really were ruling over people, but they had to kind of do our culture and our ways to exist on the land. So because of our being the #1 status, so to speak, in modern terms, we got attacked by natives and Europeans to try to break the stronghold we had on the land. And again, the Europeans were on our land. We're the only other native tribe or nation in the southeast that had a reservation at one time. Bertie County was our reservation. And it was supposed to have been 61 or 65,000 acres, and because they started already doing crooked things, when they surveyed the land off to make us have a Tuscarora reservation in the 1700s, it came down real fast to like 41 or 43,000 acres. And again, we weren't used to being on a reservation. A lot of our people left that area and went into other areas known to our people. I've got relatives that went to Moore County. There's actually a book called The Moore County Tuscarora. And a lot of people don't. And again, even Cary had their 150th anniversary year just, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And they even admitted, they said, we're not the first inhabitants of Cary, that the Tuscarora were the first inhabitants.
Oh, really?
So again, you know.
Cary.
So this area all the way to Cary and into the mountains was Tuscarora one time.
Sit there and just rub it out.
25, 30,000 years ago.
Shipping it.
So again,
just
further,
rub it.
we already knew the Bering
Oh.
was rub it.
So you think that big rock is
Nobody
something?
gonna go
Yeah, I
across
mean, because
a
you
50
got
to
this corner.
75-mile
See that?
ice age,
Got another one on the other
barren
side.
barren
Shit like
land,
that.
Yeah.
try to find new land from Europe.
Wow.
Then take it out of that.
Uh-huh.
The only people like.
How you doing?
We're going up to where the wall is.
I know. There you have. Look, if you come here, you'll see look how it's a crescent shaped right here. Timothy. And look at this hole in this rock. It's like a chair or a cooking area. Look at this.
Yeah.
See, look, it goes, it's got some sort of design to it, and it comes back to this. And they were saying that right there is an effigy rock, and that this could be a an effigy wall. Huh? Yep.
Make a perfect one.
Look at this. Look at the vantage point. There's the creek.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make an amazing vantage point?
Sure. See it getting down. It's gonna be hard to charge somebody up that hill, that's for sure.
Yep. And you've got the creek and the tributary come together right down there. And then look at this, right behind you. That what do you reckon this is?
Yeah.
Like they would cook there or
They
sit?
could have had you could put a fire there for sure. You had a fire there. It's just
I
a
thought
fire.
maybe they cooked or made medicine or.
It's possible. Yeah. It's possible. It's got a bold effect to it, that's for sure.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep. That's sure.
And then there's a hole in one of these rocks right there. You see it?
Which one?
Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see it?
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Yeah, you can have like one row of warriors here, another line of warriors there,
Yeah.
right there at that point. And even warriors over there, you see.
Yep.
Because it was probably deeper than what it is now because of erosion. It's going to fill in over time, you know?
Yep. Look at all the lichen on this.
The erosion has filled this in over time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And I'm sure at one point in time it was deeper.
Yeah.
Fill it up with leaves to make it comfortable. This is, man, you just
Yeah, I know. Isn't that like a natural chair?
sit here.
I know.
Did
Sit
you-
in it,
did
Timothy.
You sat here before?
Yeah. Well, my second visit, I didn't notice it the first time.
That's
Sit
surprising.
and look at the view you have from that seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like a bird's eye view or something.
Sit on down in the hole. Sit down in it.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly comfortable.
And then you've got that rock covering you from the rear.
Because you always have warriors, 24 hours a day,
Yeah.
looking out, for enemies and people coming into your camps and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It would seem natural that, again, that people would sit here just to watch,
Yep.
especially during war times. You would have a situation where there was always people watching,
Yep. And that rock has your back right there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just interesting to sit and think and observe and see where the vantage points are, where the
Yeah.
strategy is.
Yeah.
And it kind of all unfolds.
Yeah, because, again, with the erosion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that erosion has filled this in over time, where it would have been a lot deeper, and closer, in the ground. So to
Yeah.
speak. Like you said, look at the lichen over there, on that piece of stone.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely,
It's definitely stacked.
oh, it's definitely stacked.
Yeah. I'm just glad I went to one stacking it. But here in war times, you would put everything you had into it,
Yep,
Like being men with men.
exactly.
It's done good defense. Yes, it is. Even having people right there, like I said, more warriors sitting right there, defending, and people over here defending. Make a lot of sense. There's so many archaeologists out here that sort of do their thing to a point, you know?
Absolutely. And see that hole?
Yeah.
What do you reckon that was for? Like maybe starting kindling for a fire? See, I was thinking maybe kindling for a fire and then making the fire, taking the kindling from that little hole and putting it thing right there to make a little fire, bonfire.
I can even get right here and have a good position.
Yep.
I wouldn't worry too much being out here at this point.
Mhm.
Pretty shielded, guarded. And so you raise up in this position.
Yeah.
And if you're shooting down, you're gonna miss everything right there in front of you.
That's right.
You wanted to stick out of here, you can go up and right through yonder, they can never
You
see
don't have to
you.
worry about,
Never see you down there.
Yeah. So it's the kind of like 3 tiers, right? That's what I was thinking. Oh yeah.
Some kind of discoloration or something.
What about that hole?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Hard to say. I hate speculating,
Yeah.
so to speak.
But it looks like it was worn to be that way.
There's some purpose for it.
It served a purpose. I don't know what purpose.
Michael just reminded me that in the builder's report, the developer's report, they said they could tell this rock was cleared to make farmland and do lumbering, cut all the trees down because it stops right at the edge of all the existing pine trees. Do you see a pine tree anywhere?
Pine trees here. Pine trees are that way.
Yeah. This is all hardwoods.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's malarkey.
Disingenuous.
Yeah, I know.
What would make them, what would they have even roofing stone?
Exactly.
I mean, you couldn't hook you'd kill a horse or a mule or whatever, you'd kill them. You know. But hell, even the Amish wouldn't want to try this.
No.
Amish said, we're going to go around that shit.
Yeah. Huh. 3 tiers of it, like three levels. Cooking and medicine and oh,
Oh, look at big hole.
yeah. Oh, maybe a storage hole. Wow.
Yeah, you can make a fire, yeah.
Surprisingly comfortable, ain't it?
You see these rocks, nature didn't put all these rocks in. The rocks were found in that area, and then Tuscarora people made these fortifications. If you do a different level, there's another level down there
Yep.
as well.
So what do you think they did in this? This was carved out, you think, Robert?
Yeah, this was made for either ceremonial or for maybe even cooking or preparing meal, like taking and grinding up different types of materials for either medicine or food or what have you.
Well, check that out now with that hole right there. Do you
Right.
think they made kindling? They got kindling started in that hole, you said?
Yeah, they could have, sure could, yeah.
And then they put it in here, maybe.
In Johnson and Clayton County, this
Clayton town,
this is the
yeah.
highest elevation.
It's definitely the steepest.
And again, our people, our ancestors, found this out and said, "Hey, this is a good
Strategic point.
Connection for our people. So I go by Tuscarora, which is our original names, and our people. So in order to honor that, I follow that tradition.
What are you gonna do with that, Robert?
This is going to be my cane to get back to my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the dam,
Yeah.
the dam's 27. It's probably about a quarter of a mile strip.
Okay.
You can figure that's how large the village was just on this side. And again, you see it's on a steep incline. Yeah, it's a red-tailed hawk difference.
Yep.
It'll be a young sapling, and at the edge of what they would call the territory or the village marker area. Again, this one, if you were at the other one and could see it, it points directly towards the other one. If you walk right that way.
Yep. And then it's surrounded by about 9, even more, we haven't found them all, but burial mounds with quartz.
Are you convinced that these are burial?
I'm working with. There's been too much evidence here, but also with the artifacts being found and the way some of these mounds are made, that the rocks didn't just come here and pile up by themselves. The rocks may have been here laying somewhere. In any area you see these rocks piled up and made a raw area, it's potentially a burial.
Here you go, they go this way, and then they go in a circle.
You went back 100 acres would be enough, they believe. You know, can George Washington sent the Tuscarora and the South a letter in 1756 or 9, I don't remember the exact date, which is how long after 1700? New York Tuscarora has been there in 17? Yeah. So you're talking many years down the road that you still have Tuscarora here by proof, historical proof, in the European history. And then again, you've got authors, forget all these ceremonies, and all these different ceremonies that we respect, changing in nature and the changing in the season. But we're not really a powwow. Tell me who's on the powwow. Maybe not Winston Churchill's powwow. I'm going to go wish in the powwow church. There's nothing wrong with powwow, but it's not really a culture, because it became a modern day culture. But ceremonies of respect for nature, ceremonies of nature and for nature, and for our livelihood, is what our people are really